Healthy, productive pepper plants are a dream. I have successfully grown 3 different kinds of peppers this year. This is the fish pepper, which is characterized by this variegated pattern on both the foliage and the actual fruits, which is supposed to be pretty spicy. I haven't tried it yet. And then I have the Thai hot chili pepper, which you could recognize probably. This is a pretty famous one, although you've probably never seen them as long as an adult hand. And then we have something I'm really excited about. This is the BIQUINHO pepper, and this is from South America. I actually saw these on a really expensive cheese plate, pickled, and I was like, dude, I could grow those. So I'm pretty excited to get these. They're also known as sweetie drops because they have a bit of sweetness to them. And I'm really excited to start harvesting these guys. I have not always been this successful with my pepper plants. This year has been the best year so far, so I wanted to share some of the tips that I have from what I've learned from my failures the past few years. These pepper plants I planted from seed last year. They overwintered, but they did kind of do it a little less gracefully than you'd think. They died back to basically dead sticks with a little bit of leaves growing right in here, like right in what we would call the crotch, which is one of these areas where the branches branch out from the main one. So it died all the way back to the bottom crotch, and then there was like a couple tiny little green leaves that showed up here, but all of these upper branches became sticks. So I took my trimmers out and I trimmed all of that dead wood off. And then the leaves that were growing from there became these giant beautiful plants. So kind of what I learned from that is that pepper plants need a bit longer to mature to their fruiting stage than a typical season. So at least here in Southern California, and from my experience, I would say plant them, if you're going to plant them from seeds, plant them 1 year, expect to get a nice big crop the following year. You might get a big crop, who knows, you might get a little crop like I did. But I can only tell you what I learned from my experience, and this is what I learned. These pepper plants you'll see are in small containers, at least comparatively, because all around here in my garden have giant redwood planter boxes. So having them in smaller terracotta and wooden pots, they have less soil, which means that their roots will get warmer. As the sun heats them up, the soil warms up quicker than it does in bigger volumes. And also they dry up faster, but that's exactly what pepper plants like. And I remember reading that at one point last year. Pepper plants like their roots to dry out and be warmer than your typical vegetables. So I tried them here and I'd say, yeah, that's about right. So that's another tip I have, is plant them in different pots other than your main vegetable beds. I've gotten a few aphids on here. They like to attack the new growth. They come right out on these new buds and new flowers and things, so you need to keep an eye out. It was really easy to control them. All I did was spray them with a heavy dose of water, and then when they did come back, because they did come back after that about a week or two later, I put just a very simple insecticidal soap on them, and they're great now. It's hard to believe that there's so many peppers on here. So I was actually thinking I might harvest these and make myself a delicious Singapore chili sauce. kitchen and I have brought all of my beautiful red hot Thai chili peppers in here, along with my other peppers, but they have to stay over there and watch while their little brothers are hogging the spotlight. This is all about them today. So I got 30 of these guys, and I've adjusted all of my quantities of the other ingredients to go along with it, but you can do the math and make whatever you need for the amount that you harvest. So first thing I do is I cut the tops off of the peppers, and then I slit them open and I remove all the seeds. Because with the seeds, it is very hot, like way too hot, and I learned that the hard way. So all of these have been de-seeded. The juice of a large lemon or 2 small lemons. These are my giant lemons from the garden, so I just use 1. Then you need 2 shallots. I actually didn't have 2, so I had 1 large one and a yellow onion, and I'm sure it will be great. 6 cloves of garlic, 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 large ginger cloves, and this is 2 teaspoons veggie bouillon. We're basically just gonna blend this all together. Picked them, so I want to use them. Use what you've got. Don't let it go to waste after all that work, gardening and growing it. That's so delicious. It's spicy, it's sweet, I can taste the lemon. It has that savory that's from the veggie bouillon. It's delicious. Give it a shot, guys. Growing peppers in your garden and how you can use some of them. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.